everyone, and thanks for joining us on Front Row Politics here. There is happening in the country today with regards to security concerns and the possibility of trying to sort them out in this early years of.
The network is not.
Okay, I think we'll just have to make do with that for now until such a time. But can you hear me better now?
I can hear.
Security concerns, security matters area where envisage that this administration of, do you think?
That this would happen to this present administration, because one of his the key said he was going now, and concerned as he has always, also to make sure that he has said and he has given all he could give in the short while within 1 year to these security agencies, and he has already put a lot of people in the security agency, and it seems this is actually happening. Okay, if we use let me just take you back a bit. You see, when you have bandits and you have terrorism and you cannot kidnap somebody, or you cannot do banditry or terrorism without weapons. For instance, look at what happened in Delta. On a rescue mission, they killed police officers, which I thought was the height of this all. And the police respond, they did not come out to say they had lost men. First of all, they say it was 7 men that died and 6 is missing, while actually it's 18 policemen that were killed. On my own part, that first of all, the Delta State Commissioner should be sacked. You get what I'm saying? Because there's no way that will happen to police, which is the first phase of response in Nigeria. Then we now have our army, which in this institution is for war. These are people that are trained of law, because for you to say bandits or no. So obviously it's either it is well-trained people that, because we don't have a database. When was the last time we had they're taking it lightly. The architect, they should be changed. The president has to remove his glove, as I've said in the last interview, and start sacking people. Because you see, if this is going to happen, it's going to consume his government, because he's not getting the right advices. He has spent money on security. In the past, the last regime, they spent trillions on security. This present budget is trillions on security. And Gimba, where are we?
If I may just interject, my apologies. We have a national security advisor, the person of Madam Nuhu Ribadu, who has been himself with the EFCC. He understands the workings of criminals. He's been a policeman too, a higher top-ranking police officer for that matter. Are you losing confidence in a person like Nuhu Ribadu, considering the enormous task he has to get or competency, do you think, to harm the police, the army, the air force, the DSS, the NSCDC, all of those, they are under his purview? Is he lacking something?
First and foremost, I will not say they are underneath his purview. The purview of the National Security Advisor is a special advisor on security to the president. And he was the first EFCC chairman. As I've always said, they almost assassinated him. He did a good job at EFCC. But if you look at the architect of the National Security Advisor, you are looking at it, he's a policeman. This thing is more dominated by the armed forces. You get what I'm saying? And in Nigeria, they never look up to police. So they will shield a lot of things from him because he's a policeman. That's my own personal feelings. You get me? They will undermine him. You get what I'm saying? And they might not give him the right advice. Like, for instance, which was had as an AI. Is it the AIG that, you get me? There must be balance. You know how this thing works. If somebody's your senior in security, you get me, you will always be your senior. You get me? So I don't envy him, but at this time that we speak, let's leave politics behind and let us face the problem that we have. You get what I'm saying? Because we have spent so much money, we have drones, there's so much intelligence gathering equipment that we have. But all these things that we have, not one, this intelligence gathering and drones and all these things, and it's not being put to use, that we do not know when they're attacking us, then we have a big problem.
Well, when it comes to issues that has to do with national sovereignty and national security. But let's take that to the other. The situation with the state where those children were abducted and then were brought back. Just before brought back, you remember what Mr. President said? Mr. President said that government will no longer pay any ransom to bandits. Or that policy that Mr. President has taken, we will not spend it again on any. Did it have impact such that the security moving, get those children and bring them back? Did it have it?
Well, as Mr. President said, yes, he did say that. And for me, my own personal thought is that, Gemba, what happened in Kaduna was orchestrated. You get what I'm saying? There's no way you can move. Look at the distance by road to anywhere. You see that you always have police checkpoint. They just vanish and come back. And when they brought these people back, it is quite alarming that you saw all of them dressed up in the same uniform, in the same wrapper. You get me? We are not kids here. You get what I'm saying? That thing was purely orchestrated. You get what I'm saying? They say, oh, one is inside hospital.
In whose favor is this working?
Well, the people for this current administration not to work. Gimba, you get me? You see, for everything that is going on, it is geared to destabilize the country, and they're using everything as business. You get me? In Nigeria, if there's no trouble, you get me, there's no money. Because this regime, whether you like it or not, President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed is not here to rip Nigerians off. He's not here to steal money. He has fought. A lot of people do not understand. If anybody could fight Abacha's regime, you have to dust your cap off for it. So he is one person that wants Nigeria to be one. He's patriotic. But I'm sorry, there are a lot of sabotagers out there, which a lot of people know, but they're not doing anything with them. You get what I'm saying?
Perhaps some people who are informed
yeah.
the same. But taxpayers' money is being paid as budgets to face the security challenges, as you rightly mentioned. Will we hope at the inefficiencies of the government or the lopsided, disconnected sync between the security architecture, between the security area, to the detriment of survival? Many say, oh, anything happens in Jos or it happens in Kaduna, we just say, oh, everybody, oh, sorry, and then everybody goes back. How long?
Yeah, but you see, Gimba, the problem Nigerian to help the security architect. You get what I'm saying? It is very simple. You get what I'm saying? All police needs to do is they're the first response. One, in every single local government, there should be a policeman that has entrenched himself into so anyway, if you have not planned. So while they are planning, if you don't have intelligence gathering, how can you now save people? For instance, Gimba, you have the traditional institutions. The traditional institution is dead as of today. Back when we were growing up, Gimba, it wasn't like that. You know that they are the ones that own the masses. People tend to forget that. It has to make sure that the realm of the affairs, let's all leave politics. Let's all leave grievances. You get what I'm saying? And save our country. Otherwise, I don't want to be a second-class citizen in another country. I'm very patriotic to the country. That is why I fight hard at any time I try and say, I'm not a perfect person, Gimba. I've been attacked, I've been abused, I've been in the media, but what's it called? That doesn't scare me. I, Otumba Dr. Adejare Rewane ADEGBENRO, I've known the president since 16, as you well aware, because my grandfather died for this same cause as the chief financier for NADECO. Now, if I cannot do better. I want to put my own name too in history. Let the president put me and give me 3 months, and you see what will happen. I don't care who or what they are. We know these people. Remember, there are so many things that is going wrong that people are not looking at.
You will be a better NSA?
I'm not saying I'll be a better NSA. I'm talking about my own personal thing in security. I don't want anybody's job. You get what I'm saying? I'm not in need of anybody's job. The thing is that in my blood is Nigeria. In my blood is Asiwaju Bola Tinubu's regime. That is what I stand.
I seem to be having a little bit of trouble with Otumba Dr. Adejare ADEGBENRO Rewane. He's a security expert as well as a political analyst. Has been talking to us with respect to the troubling situations that we've been experiencing, not just for this.
Hello, is the network was sorry.
Okay,
sorry,
please, go on.
I said, what's it called? I will tell the president, give me 3 months. He knows me. I would, what's it called? I don't care who or what you are. I will tell you. Gimba, let me tell you something, right? These so-called bandits that we're all coming, governors have been so selfish because they're illegally selling Nigerian wealth, which is our solid mineral. They go and put bandits, they arm them, and they now say, oh, they are bandits. But when you look at it, Gimba is not having proof. Go and look at what is going on there yourself. How can you get there when you have bandits? But yet, go and look at how many things go out of Nigeria. We have records. Gimba, there's 91 runways in Nigeria. Do you know that there's 50 that nobody... Do you know what they're doing? Yes, Dele Alake is a fine gentleman. He knows what he's doing. But he's a daunting meeting these people that are importing these arms. They are trying to destabilize this country. You get me? A lot of people are not patriotic. You have the losers. You have the people that don't just want Asiwaju because of his corruption drive. And you know corruption. Once you start corruption, it fights back at you. Gimba, how do you buy a gun today? By dollars. Where is the dollars coming from? The dollars is coming from individuals. Those individuals should be packed. If you leave EFCC to do their job, you leave CBN to do their job, you leave judiciary to do their job, we'll get somewhere. Because a lot of this money is not, our forex is not in the banking sector, neither is it in CBN. It's in people's houses. You go around Abuja, how are people building estates? You don't even checkmate. You know nobody, somebody is just spending money anyhow and nobody is asking questions. So if you do not stand by checkmating these people, I'm sorry. We are just going to keep going down. And God knows that my heart is solidly for this regime. And to address the thing, everybody is attacking him. They attack his family. If you look at what the First Lady said, the First Lady said that, what's it called? They are not here. God has blessed them enough with wealth. They're here to change Nigeria. You get what I'm saying? So what do you want to offer the president that he didn't have before? You get what I'm saying? What do you have to offer his child that he did not have before? They go around, he's weighing 300 million or whatever it is. As far as me, I am concerned, that is all bollocks. Let us going to do illegal things. You have all these governors. The president allocates money to, hold on a second, to the traditional heads. They are the ones, or to the local government. These governors are part and parcel of this problem we are having in this country.
Okay, if you were to have maybe a committee is constituted by Mr. President to interface through the 8 houses of assembly to try to put to good use security votes that the government. What strategies would you?
If I was a governor, or I was in a committee, you know, the governors are backed. They have their own laws constitutionally, so they are bound to do. You get me? When we're talking of mineral resources, you get what I'm trying to say. Now, if you look at the assembly very well, especially if you look at the Senate, you get me? To me, it is is how many people are working. Now, let me now tell you, for instance, when you look at Abuja, you had a senator for 14 years. What did he do in Abuja? You get what I'm saying? The senator today is a lady, Senator Kingibe. Look at what she has done for her constituency, and it's not even a year. You see someone doing 150, her employing, paying for JAM for students because they need education. You see her doing the army. You get what I'm saying? This is just one senator. Then you have Senator Ned Nwoko, who systematically is from Delta. You know, I'm half Delta. And he has gone in there with the fire brigade to make sure that Delta is safe. People should emulate these people. You know, you have to sacrifice yourself to help.
Is that a strategy based on hope?
It is the strategy that they believe. And remember, Senator Kingibe is Labour Party. Remember, Senator Ned is PDP. You get what I'm saying? APC is the ruling party. They have to gear up themselves. You know, look at what happened in the National Assembly. It was a total embarrassment to the president. And that thing was done purposely. Ningi, whatsoever.
Are you talking about Ningi's expulsion from suspension?
Yes. I'm talking about Ningi's problem. As far as it is, I don't care if you are APC. If we are, all I am telling you is that I just want Nigeria to be safe. How can you meet the opposition chairman? He sweeps it underneath the carpet. The man gets for. They did not do no investigation. You now suspend this same man that brought up this allegation, and this thing is meant to be appropriation. Yeah, the chairman of appropriation in the Senate should have the same suspension as the. You get what I'm saying? If two fighting, if you see police should arrest two fighting, isn't it the two people that are fighting they will arrest? They are trying to make mockery of a woman as she was beating him. Media team that projects him. The only time you hear from his media team is if there's appointment or if the president has come back into the thing. That is not enough for we Nigerians. We want to know exactly what the president has been doing for Nigeria. Yes, we the elitists, we have information, we are not the people that is the problem. Down to the masses go, they read newspaper or they hear radio. You get what I'm saying? There should be something that his media people should be able to. If his media person is not there, Gimba, for the first time since 1999, I don't know the Minister of Information. Gimba, do you know who the Minister of Information are working? You Ambassador Tuga. So many things is going wrong outside the country. This man hardly sleeps. You see him walking, whether you like it or not. You see Wale Edu.
Mr. Sani, he is embarking on building fences for just that much school that have been built by the previous administration, and they were not fenced. This is just to try to reach the state of security children. Use that castrated or not, he's gone ahead to take fences around schools. Both areas, the local government is inclined.
The network about trying to catch. I know you as far as it's like you saying, hey, you go and paint it. You get me? What you should be thinking about is Haiti.
Listen.
You see, in Nigeria, you have governors who all governors are all, they have immunity. They have what's it called. The Senate president does not have it. It's only to give them their own state police, with what Nigeria is right now today. No. They'll use it for their own political games. You get what I'm saying? And they will destroy the whole thing. And secondly, as far as I'm concerned, is that the police just have to just get it right by doing the thing. It's not send the right people to the right places that are common sense, and if you look at it critically, especially in the Southwest, you looked at OPC. OPC did fantastically well. They curbed a lot of crime. You get what I'm saying? And they protected people. You get me? This is the time that you look at it. You have the National Commission, who has over 274,000 people together. Don't let us be selfish. We are talking of Nigerians' lives here. They should all come together. Move in the ECOWAS countries to Nigeria. You get what I'm saying? We too, we give them intels. You get me? In with the capacity of doing, but they trivialize it, you get what I'm saying, to their own benefit. Because at the end of the day, whether they like it or not, the way I am, I'm sorry. I've told you I'm not a perfect human being. If it's my priority, I want my name in the history books of Nigeria. I don't want to be referred to as Rewane's grandson, who was the financier for Nadeco. I don't want to be referred to as DS ADEGBENRO, who was the premier of Western region. I want to be addressed as Otumba Dr. Adejare Rewane ADEGBENRO did this in Nigerian history book. And it is not that I am bragging. Yes, I'm a civilian. But trust me, if you put me with most of the people out there that have appointment in the security field, they cannot stand toe to toe by me. Because has to see this thing. The press see this thing, and he has to sever a lot of things that he hears. He's a very busy man. He's an elderly man. He's a very smart man, but he has to now get the right information. And by getting the right information, you must put your team together. You get what I'm saying? Whether you like it or not. Look at the case of Binance, what do you call it, executive director, getting missing a security architect, and he disappeared to another country. Do you know what that is? That means anybody can come to Nigeria, wanted, do their business, and they now get out of the country. How did they get out of the country?
It's an act of corruption.
Of course it is. He must have paid his way out. Because there's nothing else. You can tell me that, what's it called? That
Interpol can still get him back.
People can do their job. You get what I'm saying? Fine. But how did he leave Nigeria, Gimba? How did he leave Nigeria is what you should be talking about. How?
But, okay.
You need a strong database of people that are real Nigerians. The last census we had was 200 and something million. Today, where are we? I'm sure we're over 300 and something million Nigerians. The whole security.
Until we do that census, then we can have the right figure.
Exactly. But there's no way, because of growth. Even if you put the growth, put the growth at 10% growth over since how many years now to today, we'll be nearing 300 according to statistics, if we're going by that. But never the case. What I'm trying to say is that every Nigerian has to bury their hatchet and work for the regime to go, because whether you like it or not, it is done on every single one of us. It's our duty. A minister now, they will not, but they come the hula baloo and be doing whatever they feel like, as if they own the country. They don't own the country. Gimba, please, for 1 second. You see, for me, as far as I'm concerned, Gimba, you get me? Gloves are off. People need to be sacked. Hadiza Bala is the one in charge of performance on what's it called. She should bring out a report on and tell us what these ministers have been doing and which ones need to be sacked so that Nigeria can move forward. You have the guy in the minister is a young minister, but he's active and he's very patriotic because anything Nigeria he wants to do, and that's the Minister of Interior. Yes, and we must commend, Gimba. We must commend and recommend what people should be brought to both. I'm a Nigerian and my tribe comes second. And that is my parting gift to Nigeria. And let us all wake up and do what is right. Let us stop milking this government and take another person trying to sabotage the government. No matter what it is, Asiwaju's government is going to succeed. Kimba.
Thank you very much indeed, Otumba, for your time and your thoughts on this very vexed issue of security, insecurity, if you will. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Thank you so much indeed for watching, and for everyone who is watching from across the world. See you same time next week.